Imagine for a moment that you could sit down with one of history's most powerful rulers and ask them the deepest questions about life, purpose, and human nature. What would they tell you about finding peace in chaos? How would they guide you through the storms of daily existence? What secrets would they share about true strength and resilience? Today, we're going to do exactly that. We're going to explore the profound wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, a man who held the fate of the Roman Empire in his hands, yet found time to pen some of the most transformative insights about the human condition ever recorded. Born in 121 AD, Marcus Aurelius wasn't just any emperor. He was a philosopher king, a Stoic thinker who ruled during what historians call the height of Roman power, yet remained remarkably humble and introspective throughout his reign. What makes Marcus Aurelius truly extraordinary isn't just that he commanded legions or governed vast territories stretching from Britain to the Middle East. It's that, in the midst of political intrigue, military campaigns, and the crushing weight of imperial responsibility, he took time each morning to write personal reflections, thoughts never intended for public consumption, but rather intimate conversations with his own soul. These writings, which we now know as meditations, offer us a rare glimpse into the mind of someone grappling with the same fundamental human challenges we face today: how to find meaning, how to deal with difficult people, how to accept what we cannot change, and how to live with dignity and purpose. The remarkable thing about Marcus Aurelius is that his wisdom wasn't born from a life of ease and comfort. Quite the opposite. He faced plague, war, betrayal, and personal loss. He dealt with rebellious generals, political conspiracies, and the constant pressure of making decisions that affected millions of lives. Yet through it all, he developed a philosophy of resilience, acceptance, and inner strength that speaks directly to our modern struggles with stress, uncertainty, and the search for authentic happiness. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore 5 specific quotes from Marcus Aurelius that have the power to fundamentally shift how you see yourself, your challenges, and your place in the world. These aren't just pretty words or abstract philosophical concepts. They're practical tools for living, battle-tested wisdom from someone who understood both the heights of human achievement and the depths of human struggle. Each quote we'll examine offers a different lens through which to view life's complexities, and together, they form a comprehensive guide to what the Stoics called the good life, not a life free from problems, but a life lived with wisdom, courage, and unshakable inner peace. Whether you're facing career challenges, relationship difficulties, health concerns, or simply the everyday stress of modern living, Marcus Aurelius has something profound to offer you. His insights have survived nearly 2,000 years, not because they're ancient curiosities, but because they address timeless aspects of human nature and experience. They speak to the part of us that seeks not just success, but significance, not just happiness, but genuine fulfillment, not just survival, but the kind of life we can look back on with pride and satisfaction. So prepare yourself for a journey into one of history's greatest minds, a journey that just might change how you see everything. Now, let's dive into our first transformative quote, one that cuts straight to the heart of human suffering and offers us a radical new way of understanding our daily struggles. Picture Marcus Aurelius in his tent during a military campaign, perhaps along the Danube frontier, writing by candlelight after a day filled with impossible decisions and mounting pressures. It's in this context that he penned these words that would echo through the centuries. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. At first glance, this might seem almost too simple, perhaps even naive. After all, we live in a world where external events constantly bombard us. Economic uncertainty, global conflicts, climate change, personal setbacks, health crises, and countless daily frustrations that seem completely beyond our control. How can a Roman emperor from 2 millennia ago possibly understand the complexity of our modern challenges? But here's where Marcus Aurelius reveals his genius. He's not dismissing the reality of external difficulties or suggesting we should simply ignore the world around us. Instead, he's pointing us toward the one realm where we possess absolute sovereignty, our own minds. Think about the last time you felt truly overwhelmed. Chances are, it wasn't just the external situation that caused your suffering, it was your interpretation of that situation, your mental commentary about what it meant, your projections about future consequences, and your resistance to accepting the reality of what was happening. Marcus Aurelius understood that between any external event and our emotional response lies a crucial space, the space of choice. In that space, we decide what meaning to assign to events, how to interpret them, and ultimately, how to respond. This isn't about positive thinking or denial. It's about recognizing a fundamental truth. While we cannot control whether we lose our job, we can control how we interpret that loss and what actions we take in response. We cannot control whether someone treats us unfairly, but we can control whether we allow their behavior to poison our inner peace. We cannot control natural disasters, economic downturns, or global pandemics, but we can control our response to these challenges. And that response determines whether we emerge stronger or weaker, wiser or more bitter, more resilient or more fragile. Marcus Aurelius lived this principle during some of the most challenging periods in Roman history. The Antonine Plague swept through the empire, killing millions. Germanic tribes threatened the northern borders. Political conspiracies swirled around him constantly. His own son, Commodus, would later prove to be one of Rome's most notorious emperors. Yet through all of this, Marcus maintained his equanimity not by controlling these external events, which was impossible even for an emperor, but by maintaining mastery over his own thoughts, judgments, and responses. When you truly internalize this wisdom, something remarkable happens. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the author of your own experience. You realize that your happiness, your peace of mind, and your sense of purpose don't depend on external validation, perfect conditions, or the absence of problems. They depend on your ability to maintain clarity, wisdom, and emotional balance regardless of what's happening around you. This is what the Stoics called true freedom, not the absence of constraints, but the presence of inner sovereignty that no external force can touch. But Marcus Aurelius didn't stop there. His next insight takes this foundation of mental sovereignty and shows us exactly how to apply it in our daily lives, especially when dealing with the most challenging aspect of human existence, other people.